With us today, Peter Bolton, followed Man United all over the world for over 50 years. Follows the youth team players, seen some of the best players come through, and as far as I'm concerned, this is the man to talk to. Elanga, Hannibal and Mengi, and that's who we're going to start with, Mengi.
Yeah, when he was younger, they pushed him up a couple of age groups, and then last year they sent him out to Derby, where Wayne Rooney was really impressed with him, and Wayne wants him back at Derby this year, if it's all allowed to, because he's not going to get into the United first team squad this year. So if he could be playing at the second level, Derby hoping to, stay in that division with all their problems. But I just think he needs to play man's football rather than under 18s or under 23s, which they've been playing against the same players. Because the under 18s, when they were playing under 16s and under 15s, are playing against the same opposition with the same players. And now he's out at Derby playing against 30-odd-year-olds, blokes who've been round the block. Wayne Rooney was impressed with him last year, and if Wayne says he's a good player, that's good enough for anybody else.
Many a centre-half here now at Old Trafford. A couple of years, Peter. How long do you reckon before he should be ready to play in this first team, if he can?
If he can, I would like to see him back maybe in 2 years' time. If he has a great season at Derby, it could be 1 year. But we've now got two centre-halves, which, one's vice-captain, captain of England sometimes, the other one's French World Cup winner. It's going to be hard to push them out. But football's not a game of 11 players anymore. Where squads are 23, so there's no reason, if things go right for him, he can be in the squad, he can get in cup ties, he can get in injuries and suspensions, and who knows what's going to happen in the near future, never mind in 1 or 2 years. But a full year at Derby this year, hopefully, if it's not Derby, somewhere else, Championship level. He doesn't need to go any lower than that. He's good enough for the Championship now, and he's only just 19, so 20, 21, he'll be
20 years ahead of him.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on, Peter. Got Elanga. Seen him now. Cracking goal the other night in the friendly against Brentford. He's there. He looks exciting. You've watched him, Peter. How do you see his game? And I've seen him in training, Peter, and he's just phenomenal.
He is rapid. Now, obviously the people at United know better, but if it was my choice, I'd keep him this season. I would have him in the first team squad. He is that good. I mean, he's played similar minutes to Mason Greenwood, and I personally think in the games that we've played, which are only friendlies, but he's outperformed Mason. He scored 2 goals, one of them an absolute cracker, the other one a good one. He had a chance of a hat-trick, really, at QPR. He took one of them. I just thought, it was 50-50 whether him or the goalkeeper was going, and he sort of bottled it out a bit. I said, you should have gone for that type thing. But he is rapid. He can play out wide. He can play through the middle. And the way United are playing, if they've got a high line, he will get a lot of goals. And I think, I don't know who's going to be fit at the start of the season, first game and all that, but to me, keep him this year. He will get games. He might be a sub more than he's a starter, but keep him, get him on the pitch.
Keep him amongst that first team.
Yeah, I mean, he can learn so much. I mean, we've got a right array of forwards at the moment, but I still think there's a space for him in there. Injuries and things like that. We've seen him in 3 games so far this season, and he has been really good.
I've looked at him, Peter. Just tell me, if I'm wrong, but he looks positive.
I think he's got the speed, nearly as fast as, say, Dan James, but I think he's got a better end product there. I mean, he is younger than Danny James, but I do think he could be like the replacement for Dan James. Whether Dan James is staying or going, I don't know. But Dan James has got rapid pace, but then it's like headless chicken time at the end, where I think Elanga has got a lot more to him. And as we've seen with his goals, he knows where the back of the net is. He can play, I presume, either side, which he's played a lot on the left wing for the junior teams. But we've seen him in the last few games going through the middle. and Greenwood being pushed out. Now, is he better than Greenwood? You know, I've not.
Time will tell, Peter.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Now, as I said before, interesting conversation with you off camera, Peter, and this Hannibal. I mean, the conversations and the things, what I've heard about Hannibal, he's the man coming through. He seems to be, to me, top class player in time coming through.
Yes, he's my favourite from the junior teams. If you want me to describe him, he's like a younger version of Jack Grealish. So,
Jack Grealish?
Yes, he's like, he wants the ball all the time. And once he's got the ball, he draws in the fouls. And he was by far, probably in the whole league, but at United, he got more fouls last year than probably the whole team put together.
Which Jack Grealish does? Because he always wants the ball. Are you saying
that's right? Yeah.
The confidence with Hannibal, he's always wanting the ball. He wants to be the man. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. When he's, because he's one of the stars of the junior teams, I think he might find a problem when he gets into the first team, that he might be of awe of, you know, these players, you know, let's say Mata. He won't be telling Mata to give him the ball. I could see him there, but in time he will. And at the moment, in the under 21, say, you know, he's demanding the ball and he's getting the ball, and the amount of time, you know, sometimes, you know, he's on the pitch for 5 minutes and he's been brought down 4 times. You know, you think, hang on, what's going on here? And the last time he came on, which was the Brentford game, I think as soon as he came on, he got fouled. Very first time he got the ball, within 5 seconds, he's got fouled. And you think, you know, they must be worried about him. And why would, you know, a Premiership team now, you know, be fouling a youngster who's probably not going to get in that often? You know, I don't know whether he needs to go out and play a bit more man's football. But
on that, Peter, if Hannibal has the confidence to ask for the ball, to get involved in it, is he the type of player to progress quicker than most because of his confidence? He wants to be involved. He's not afraid.
He's not afraid.
Is that
yeah, he's definitely not afraid. And, you know, he gets fouled a lot. He gets up and he goes again. I mean, the only downside is he got a lot of bookings last year and probably, I think, 2 sendings off last year, 2 red cards. And every time, it's not for fouling people, it's for getting fouled and sort of saying to the referee, come on, you know, he shouts at the referee, like he's not getting the protection from the referee.
The immaturity, yeah. And that's not me of having a go at him. It's something he'll learn, and the discipline, that'll come, surely.
Yes, the coaches will get that to him, because if you start arguing back with the referee and getting yellow cards, you know, in the top division, things like that. But we played...
frustration, Peter.
It is. We played Leeds in the FA Youth Cup, so obviously not last year, the year before. And every time they got the ball, the Leeds fans were really having, you know, giving him sticks, you know, because he's going down all the time, but he was being fouled all the time.
Peter, on that note, on Hannibal, sums it up perfectly. Dirty Leeds, and remember it, that's all they've ever done in our lifetime, Peter.
But he was running rings around Leeds, and the fans automatically, you know, you can't, he does...
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. He's got the hairstyle that he stands out,
yeah.
But at youth team level, he's past that now, and he'd be under 19s, under 21s, under 23s, whatever competition we're playing in at the time, and things like that. But he's my one to watch. You know, if I was putting money on a player to get into the first team, I'd like to see Hannibal there.
On that note, Hannibal, remember, Peter says, could be Jack Grealish coming. So, if you want Peter back, and I certainly do, because he's got knowledge, he knows what he's talking about, he watches these people, he doesn't read from a script. So, press the likes if you want him back, please subscribe, and press the notification bell. Peter, absolute pleasure.
And you.
Thank you.